Doing the same 3 ab exercises for 30 minutes straight is quietly wasting your time. Crunch, 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 sit up, repeat. Sound familiar? Here's what a smarter 30 minutes looks like. No equipment, no repeated movements. Every single exercise hits the core from a different angle, because the core isn't one muscle doing one job. It's a system of muscles, each with a different function, and most home workouts only train one of them. Start with flexion work, movements that curl the spine forward, like bicycle crunches and reverse crunches. These target the rectus abdominis, the muscle responsible for that visible six-pack line down the front of the stomach. Then move into rotation, Russian twists and standing oblique crunches, which train the internal and external obliques, the muscles that let you twist, turn, and change direction quickly. But here's the part almost everyone skips entirely. Anti-rotation and anti-extension work. Planks. Dead bugs. Bird dogs. These don't move the spine at all. They resist movement. And that resistance, not the crunch, is where the real strength gets built. Why does that matter? Ask yourself this. When was the last time your abs actually had to stop your body from moving, instead of causing the movement? That's the consequence of skipping this category. If your workout is only crunches, you're training your core to flex, but never to stabilize. And stabilization is what protects your lower back every time you lift something or twist to grab a bag. Spine researcher Stuart McGill, whose work has shaped modern core training for 2 decades, has repeatedly shown that repetitive spinal flexion under load, meaning bending the spine forward over and over under strain, can actually increase injury risk over time, while anti-movement exercises build resilience without that same wear on the discs. So the scientific reframe is simple. Your core's job was never just to bend. It's to brace, and bracing is a completely different skill than crunching. Here's where it gets counterintuitive. A 30-minute ab workout built entirely from crunch variations trains a narrow range of muscle fibers, mostly concentrated in the upper rectus abdominis. But rotating through flexion, rotation, and anti-movement categories recruits far more of the deep stabilizing muscles, including the transverse abdominis, the muscle that acts like a natural weight belt wrapping around your spine and compressing your midsection from the inside. Research published through the International Society of Sports Nutrition, along with broader exercise science literature, consistently shows that varied movement patterns produce more complete muscular development than repeating a single motion for the entire session. So what does this actually look like in practice? 5 rounds. 6 categories per round. 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest, no exercise repeating within the same round. Flexion first, to warm up the rectus abdominis. Rotation next, to bring the obliques online. Then anti-rotation, holding steady against an imaginary twisting force. Anti-extension, like a plank, resisting your hips from sagging toward the floor. Hip flexor integration, connecting the core to leg movement the way it works in real sport and daily life. And finally a dynamic finisher, something explosive to close the round and elevate your heart rate before the short rest. By the end of 5 rounds, you've trained your core the way it actually functions in daily movement, moving, resisting, rotating, and stabilizing, not just curling forward again and again. One more thing worth knowing before you start. Visible abs come from fat loss and nutrition, not from adding more crunches to your routine. The muscle underneath is already there, for almost everyone. This kind of workout builds the strength, control, and endurance that make that muscle worth revealing once your nutrition catches up. So next time you plan an ab day, don't just ask how many reps you're doing. Ask how many directions you're training. Your core was never built to move in just one. Try this exact structure in your very next session. 6 categories, 30 minutes, 0 repeats. That's the whole system, and it's simpler than it sounds. Subscribe to FitLab for more science-backed training breakdowns that go past the rep count and into what's actually happening inside the muscle.